Hi, Devin. How are you today?
I'm alright.
Yeah, what's going on?
I don't know, I'm just really having a hard time after we talked last time and, I don't know.
Okay. Well, I remember last time we talked about how school was pretty stressful for you and how you were having some issues at your internship. Is that stuff still going on?
My internship's fine now.
Okay.
Just got like some other stuff going on now.
Okay.
So.
And at the end of our last session, we talked about you talking to your supervisor about certain things. Did you end up doing that too?
Yeah, it helped, so.
Okay. So besides school and internship, what else is going on? Because it sounds like you have some other things that might be laying on you.
Yeah, I just found out I'm pregnant. I'm not really sure what to do about it.
Yeah. How are you feeling about it personally?
Like I'm not really ready to be a parent. I really wanted to wait until after grad school and until I was married, and it just happened. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has this ever happened before?
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay. What are you thinking that you want to do with this situation and circumstances? You say that grad school is an issue. What other issues do you think get in the way of it?
I mean, my boyfriend and I aren't married, so there's that. I mean, I'm just 25, like, I don't really feel like I am even a person myself, and I don't know, like, if I would be able to take care of a baby, so.
Okay. And what about you being 25 makes you not think that you can do it?
I don't know, I'm just, like, really nervous about, I don't know, I can barely take care of myself, you know.
Okay. Are you and your boyfriend living together?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're not married, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So does he know about it?
No, I haven't told him yet.
Okay. When did you find out?
Like 3 days ago I went to the doctor.
3 days ago.
Confirmed. Yeah.
Okay. Did you take any like at-home tests or anything before that?
Yeah, I took an at-home test. I took 3 actually.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely happening.
Mm-hmm. So what do you, besides school and your current pregnancy and stuff like that, how is everything else going?
It was going really good. Things were going really well. My relationship was really good. Everything with my family is really good. School's gotten better and easier as it's gone on. All of my other problems seem sort of trivial at this point now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking? Are you going to tell your boyfriend about this?
I need to.
Okay.
I don't really know how.
Okay. Because, I mean, there's the route of not telling him and making a decision on your own, or telling him and making a decision together. Is this something you want to do with him, or how does that look?
We've been together for so long now that I want him to be, I mean, I think he'll let it be my choice ultimately, but I really want it to be, I don't know, like a decision between the two of us.
Okay. Do you know at all how he would feel about it? Like going into a conversation with him?
I don't know. I mean, we've talked about it. He's not ready for kids. He's told me that. I mean, I don't know if this will change anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and you never know what that conversation's going to look like, right?
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like your pregnancy is your biggest issue right now. Is that right? Is that correct? Yeah. Okay, am I hearing that right?
Yeah.
And so it seems like, I think you mentioned all the other things that were going on before have kind of, like, aren't at the forefront anymore.
Yeah.
So this is kind of taking precedence in your life. And that's okay. It's totally allowed to. It's one of those kind of life-altering decisions that has to be made. Do you know the different options and different decisions that you can make towards your pregnancy? Are you aware of all of them?
I think so, but maybe it would help if you could tell me.
Yeah, of course. So with your pregnancy, you technically have 3 different options, and those would be parenting a child. That would be possibly going through adoption services, and then there's the abortion services as well. Okay. So those are technically your 3 options. Within each option, there's a bunch of different things too. For example, within adoption, you have the options of not knowing the family at all, having like 50-50 relationship with the family, and then another one is doing adoption through like a family member or something like that. So there's even more options within that.
Okay.
And so I just want to know what you're kind of thinking on all of those. Excluding all the other factors and stuff, what would you want to do?
I mean, I don't know if I could give the baby up.
Okay.
I mean, I'm 25 and that feels young, but at the same time, like, I'm not 16, you know? So I guess, I mean, hearing you say these things about adoption makes me really nervous, and it seems like something I wouldn't want to do, but I'm not ready. I don't know what to do. It's really overwhelming. I don't know how to talk to my boyfriend about it. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Yeah. Maybe we figure out a place to start. I know that you are kind of overwhelmed with everything, and it is a lot of pressure and stuff to make some sort of decision, whether or not it's for school or whether or not it's for this current situation. They're going to overlap at some point, right?
Yeah.
So I want you to think about what you want to do, and I also want you to take a breath because you have time to think about it. It's not something you have to decide right this moment.
Okay.
And you know that you said your relationship with your boyfriend is really good and it has been really good. So I don't want that to be a stress either.
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe we think about things that we can do within the next week to kind of see where we would be at and what we could do to get you headed in some sort of direction in making a decision. Do you have any ideas of what your first steps would be?
I mean, the first thing I got to do is talk to my boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
How do I do that?
Well, I don't know much about your relationship with your boyfriend, so you kind of know your guys' communication styles.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's definitely something that you need to do.
Okay.
And I think just telling him what's going on and how you feel about it and how you were kind of mentioning to me you don't want it to be your own decision. You want him to be involved.
Yeah.
And how you guys have kind of talked about kids. And maybe just bring all of that up. Give him a minute to process it. Because, I mean, the fact that it's taking you a little bit of time to process, I bet it's going to take him some time as well.
Yeah.
And like I said, you have time to make a decision. All these things can happen a little bit further down the line into a pregnancy. So it's okay for you to take a deep breath and focus on what's going on and what your next steps are going to be.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Can we, I don't know, yeah, it sounds good. I'm just overwhelmed.
Yeah. Talk more about being overwhelmed.
I guess just like thinking about all of it. I mean, like, how do I even afford a child? I don't make any money. You know, I'm in this program and we don't get paid for our internships. I can barely stay afloat working right now, 12 hours a week. And that's like taking care of myself. Like, how do I do that and take care of a child? And then be able to afford it? I don't know. It just seems like...
So finances are a concern?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any other concerns that kind of take precedence in overwhelming?
Like, just knowing what to do, not being a good enough parent because I'm not old enough. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes total sense. And it's something that you've never done before.
Yeah.
So it's something you don't have experience, whether or not it's like a homework assignment or something. Like, oh, I've written a 10-page paper, I can do that.
Right.
This is something that's totally new. And if you think about it being a life, and you consider yourself being a life, that would be a lot to handle.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, age is kind of a big deal with that, and so is finances.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And something I want to encourage you is to do some research as well, because there's a lot of services in this area and in our city that assist in financial things, assist in parenting programs, assist in housing, they assist in, there's just programs everywhere. So I would encourage you to do research on that, and maybe that's something we can do next session too, depending on how your conversation goes with your boyfriend, we can do more research
Okay.
on everything and see what's out there that could help you and maybe get started on that.
Okay. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
So that's good to know.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that are willing to help.
Okay. Okay.
And people at the school are willing to help you as well, myself included.
Okay.
And we are definitely here for you and want you to succeed. So, do you think that talking to your boyfriend is the next step before I see you next week?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good spot. How are you feeling with that now? The idea of talking to him?
I mean, certainly nervous.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I didn't realize that there were like lots of services to help, and makes it feel like a little bit less scary. And you're right. We do have a good relationship, so I think knowing those things, it might make it a little bit easier. Maybe I don't know, but yeah, I think that's the next step.
Good. So I think that we will meet same time next week.
Okay.
And we can just maybe discuss how the conversation goes with your boyfriend. I can start looking up programs right now in the next week to maybe have some ready for you, and then maybe we can do some research together, or I can give you certain things to research in the week prior to that. Does that sound like it would be a good idea for you? Does that seem like it'll work?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you feel good about today, I feel good about today. And we can just plan on meeting again next week.
All right.
Sound good?
Thanks, Lauren.
Bye, Devin.